Hello, my name is Charles and I'm here to tell you my story and to inform you on HIV and AIDS. When I was a young boy, I had everything. I was healthy, I had friends, I played sports and I did very well in school. As I grew up, things started to change. When I was in high school I started to abuse drugs and in grade 11 I moved out to support myself. Shortly after I dropped out of high school, my parents and I had a rough relationship, so I moved in with the girl I had been seeing. After trying multiple jobs and being in and out of work, I finally got a job with a construction company as a flagger. I have been there for 3 years now. Right now I'd say I have a pretty dull and boring life. I've been in and out of relationships, I just can't seem to find the right girl. It was until late 2005 when my life started to change, and it wasn't a good change either. On September 4th, my father passed away. He had been battling liver cancer for years. And a month later, my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer. When my father's will was declared, I found out that my father left me a great sum of money. Although this was a very hard time in my life, I saw this as a sign that I should do something better with my life, so I decided to take an adventure. I decided that I was going to take a trip to the Dominican Republic for 2 weeks in January. Since I didn't have a lot of friends, I decided to go solo. I went on my trip without getting travel shots. That was not a smart idea. While on my trip, I explored outside of the resort, and sometimes I didn't even return to my room at night. On my trip, I was introduced to new experiences, new drugs, and lots of unprotected sex. When I got back to Canada, I decided that I wanted to be a different person. I wanted to be a son that my father would be proud of. I started by getting a new job and trying to help my mother through her breast cancer, as well as regaining my own health. 6 years later, in 2011, things were running smoothly. I was maintaining my health and responsibilities. I found a girlfriend and my mother was pleased with my changes. One day, when I was looking through my mail, I found a letter that talked about blood donations. As I was intent on being a better person, I decided that I would donate blood. When I went to the blood donation clinic, I passed all of the tests and was cleared to donate my blood. A couple of weeks later, I started to feel shaky and feverish. I noticed that I was always tired and very weak. I thought I was just coming down with a cold or I was just tired, but a call on September 20th changed my mind and life forever. I got a call from the Canadian Blood Services. They told me that my blood was denied for use due to the HIV virus found in my blood. Shocked and anxious, I called my doctor, who had already been contacted by the Canadian Blood Services. I made an appointment to meet with him. My doctor ran some tests just to be 100% sure of what we were dealing with and to make sure that the blood donation wasn't a false reactive. The week after, I went back to see my doctor. He told me that I did in fact have HIV. He told me that I have had the virus for about 6 years, and I knew what caused this to happen. All the fun I had on my trip was not worth this mess. I asked my doctor questions about HIV, but all I could think about was if I was going to die. A team of professionals was assembled to help me with my HIV. I'll let them tell you what happened next.